Hi YouTube, hello, another project done. Another video on it. If you saw the video I posted last night, it was terrible, so I'm sure you don't blame me for putting up a new one. This will be a little clearer and hopefully a lot less twitchy. So anyways, obviously before me is a Rustler, but it's hardly a Rustler. It's what people call that build these things on YouTube a Momba Monster Rustler. But I'm going to call mine an XO-Rustler because I like to be different. And I had the stickers. What are you gonna do? So, yes, I'll be keeping this body clear because I think it looks cool. Stickered it up. It's going to get scratched up. This thing's going to be fast. What the heck would I paint this thing all pretty for just to ruin it? So, although there's a lot of people out there that have really nice painted bodies, you know, no offense. I got this from Too Quick For You. He has his unpainted because he has a extremely nice looking all aluminum Rustler, and I don't blame him for not having paint on the body because wow. But I liked it for the fact that I just thought it looked cool, and plus I can see a GPS when I pop it in there, and I can see my electronics, and hell, I spent a lot of money on this, and I want to see underneath the body too. So, I'm gonna keep the body clear. Now let's pop it off. Yeah, you know what? Let me show you that. See, it don't look bad clear, I don't think. I think it looks pretty neat clear. You know what I mean? Alright, anyway, here we go. So, I did not buy a Rustler and just upgrade it. I literally bought this piece by piece. I didn't, the only thing I bought, the only thing original, honestly, is the chassis. The chassis itself is the only thing that's stock for the most part. I did dye it black, as you can see. To dye a chassis. Pretty easy. All you have to do, boil some water, get a container big enough to put the chassis into. Put the boiling water in there. Buy some RIT dye. I buy 2 boxes because it gives it a really dark color. Throw the RIT dye in there. Put the chassis in there. 10-15 minutes later, black chassis. Won't scratch off like paint. Works really nice. Looks really good. So, looks almost factory. So you see that. Now, this is a Integy gearbox. It has hot racing gears inside. Like I said, there's not a lot of stock on this. The reason I went with the Integy is it fits the motor that I'm running quite well. We'll get into that in a second. I had to remount the adjustment hole for the motor so I could fit these huge pinions. Speaking of pinions, I have a 34 tooth, 14 tooth, and an 18 tooth. This on here is a 29 tooth. I like to have options. If I don't want to do straight speed runs and if I just want to play with this truck, I want to be able to do so, and I want to have smaller pinions to do that, because with these big pinions and small spurs, you're going to have a lot of heat, even with the fans, which I have a Castle fan on here, and I'd prefer not to deal with that if I'm just going to play with it on a parking lot. So, options. Options are good. Speaking of the motor, this is a 2200 kV Castle Creations Momba Monster. It's a 1/8 scale motor, so obviously this thing's going to be fast. It is the Momba Monster 2 Waterproof Edition, so hey, why not? When they offer it, you buy it. It is a rather large ESC. Doesn't fit in the chassis too well. I had to notch it out. You can see that right there. See how it sticks out a bit? But, you know, the chassis goes much lower and the body covers it, so I'm not too concerned. I also mounted my switch here. See it? So that's conveniently placed, so I can just reach up and grab it and turn it on and off, in case it's on fire. Hopefully it doesn't do that. Alright, now, speaking of the gears, this is 1 mod pitch gears. These are the same you would find on a Traxxas XO-1. This spur gear is actually a gear from a Traxxas Revo, or you would find the same type of gear on a Slayer. Like I said, this is a 36 tooth gear. I could not find a 34 tooth, so I could run 1-to-1 with my 34 tooth pinion. But I will, you know, it's just out of stock right now. So when I get one, I will pop it on. Give that a whirl. We'll try 1-to-1. I'm sure it's going to run real hot, real fast. So, as far as real fast, I had to change out the drive shafts. These are Traxxas /4x4 heavy duty drive shafts. Hopefully this will not snap. As far as people on YouTube say, these are the best to run. I thought about Empire P CVDs, but they say they snap, so I went with this. Plus, these were cheaper. And that works. There's not a lot cheap on this truck. And I did install everything as far as every screw, nut, and bolt. They are all stainless steel. So I don't have that Traxxas, you know, my shit's getting rusty thing going on. Because those screws rust very fast. Big bore aluminum shocks. Let's see. And I do have an aluminum bulkhead. It's by GH Racing. Never heard of them, but I kind of like it. Let me show you why. These blocks, obviously these are the Integy blocks in the back. There's a gap, and you can see the pin that comes through to hold on the A-arm. I don't know why there's a gap, there just is, so that seems like a weak point. Who likes weak points? Nobody. So on the front, where it's probably going to take the most impacts, it has solid blocks. You can see that, so hopefully that will be a lot more beefy. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. So, and for the price, I think I paid 20 bucks for these. Even the Integy ones were like 25 plus shipping. So this one seems to be a little bit more hardy. So I'm happy about that. Let's see. Servo. I put a nice servo in this. I'll tell you why in just a moment. But I put in a Savox heavy duty titanium geared servo. That mainly is because I got this big weight here in the front. This is a big block of stainless steel. Had it in the garage, sanded it down to get the tarnishing off, velcroed it to my chassis, and then put the zip tie through because there's a hole in it. Hey, something for free. Didn't happen a lot, but I think it looked cool and it adds a lot of weight. So that worked out. Everything on this, like the A-arms, everything that RPM offers, I bought. Everything. I didn't see a reason not to just buy it all at once and put it on once and not have to redo it later. It works. I like RPM parts. I mean, if you take a look here, I mean, there's just a massive amount of tags here. And this is only some of them. I mean, I don't know why I kept them. Whatever. Maybe if somebody has a question, I can tell them a part number or something like that. It'd be helpful for people. Sorry, my phone rang. Throw it on the floor. So, anyways, lots of tags because there's lots of parts. Speaking of which, front bumper is RPM, but I bent it downward. It's not turned upside down. I got this idea from Absolute, but I didn't have a heat gun like they did to do it, so I used boiling water once again. Before everything was put on, and it was just a bulkhead with a bumper. I stuck it in there for about 6 minutes, pulled it out with a glove, bent it down, and it bent perfectly straight. So boiling water works. If you don't have a heat gun and you want to do something like that, that's my suggestion. Okay. Let's see. The only thing I really didn't splurge on this thing is the controller. It's a speedrun car, guys. I don't need a lot of telemetry. It's going to go in a straight line for the most part. I've never had a problem with one of these, and I've used them many times. Plus, I wanted to save some money for once on this thing. So, I got the Spectrum DX2E. It's a good controller. It works fine. I've already tested it on this car and many others. I haven't gotten this outside yet. It's snowing like crazy. It's crappy weather. What are you going to do? So, now, in case you didn't notice, I have no slop in this steering. Zero. Because I have the bearing-loaded Traxxas aluminum bell crank, which works really good. I mean, I can't even move it a twitch without you hearing the servo. That's a good sign. So, also, the STRC, what are these, lengtheners, whatever you want to call them, to 17mm hub adapters, so I can run 1/8 scale wheels. These are GRP wheels and tires. This is the extra soft compound. Super sticky. You know, if they don't work, if they rip, if they blow off because of whatever, hey, they look good to me, so hopefully they work out. Hopefully they don't, you know, they're belted, so, you know, they're meant for high speeds. Hopefully, you know, we have good luck, right? And the differential, I put 100,000 weight fluid. You know, with that much torque and speed, gets hot, it needs the lube. And then the shocks, you'll notice that, you know, there's not a lot of, they're not moving too quickly, and that's what you want. You don't want it to bounce. on high speeds like that. So I ran 80 weight shock oil, and there is spacers inside the shocks. I used originally fuel tubing, but I noticed it didn't give me consistent, lowering spacer because they squished inside of the shock. So I actually bought nylon plastic tubing and used those as spacers, and it's consistent. It's gonna stay that way. Okay. The wheelie bar. I forget who makes this. I'll be honest. I don't have one package I didn't keep. I think it's Swami RC, but I'm not sure. I've ordered so much stuff. I like it because it protects the motor. The motor's expensive. It's quite long. Not a lot of travel. You'll see that before it hits a wheelie. So you're not gonna have as much flippage. And it seems very well made. So no complaints there. Alright, well, that kind of concludes everything, huh? I'll be running this on 4 and 6 and, 3 cells, depending on what I'm doing. So hopefully some videos soon, guys. It's all dependent on the weather, and hopefully the weather gets better soon. I'm working on another project, though, so I'll be putting up a video very soon of that when I finish it. I like it. Something a little bit more beefy, something that's not more on-road like my XO1 in this, so hopefully you like it, guys. I'll jump off, I'll stop rambling. This is my new project, this is what I built. I like it. I think it looks super cool. So, till next time, guys, have fun, comment, subscribe, whatever. Tell me you didn't like it, I'll take suggestions. We'll see you guys. Take it easy.